supposed to be a mosasaurus.
Oh no, it's just a big old whale. He's big.
Oh, this cutscene looks like trash as well.
Like, what the hell was that? I feel like there'd be way more impact. Like, she should have flown away.
He's a creepypasta.
Okay. Dante came out with bloody eyes and he stared at me. He said, "I'm going to use Stinger on you."
He said woohoo as he jumped out of the PC.
He said there is no wacky woohoo anymore.
So this is the next stage.
It is.
If you're asking for a date, forget it. Because I make it a point not to go out with women who shoot me in the head.
Date a demon? I'm not that desperate. Besides, I really don't care for guys who stink like blood.
This is Capcom writing 101.
It's not as bad as it is in Resident Evil. This, however, is a Capcom cutscene.
Oh yeah.
Tell me, what's your name?
I don't have a name.
Okay, then what should I call you?
I don't care. Whatever you want.
Whatever, lady.
There it is. That's canon. That's lore.
I'll leave this to you. Because I don't want to miss the party.
He's chasing you, Dante. Behind you.
9.
Who counted on you anyway?
They're so patient. They're so kind to
Did the
waiting.
cutscene end there?
Yeah, it just ends. Pretty anticlimactic, isn't it?
It was very abrupt. This is when they stop trying with the level design. It's very linear from this point on.
Yeah. I forgot about these things. They look like they belong in the Nightmare Before Christmas. I appreciate that they scream every time they go to attack me. It lets me know. It's very kind of them. How big is Tim and the Gru?
Like the size.
This place is huge!
It's like the size of the Twin Towers or something.
Oh, it's gotta be bigger than that.
No, it looked pretty comparable when we saw it outside. Have you seen the video of Alex Jones in? He's in the courtroom after getting sued for Sandy Hook, and one of the parents begins to, you know, chastise him and such, and all he does is just shake his head silently. He doesn't say anything, he just keeps shaking his head.
He doesn't go, "You goddamn bitch! You're part of the conspiracy!"
No, he just starts shaking his head. It's just nothing.
That's not him. They killed him and replaced him. He would not do that.
Yeah, he would turn red if he does not want photo.
I love that picture.
For any that don't know, he was promoting a protein supplement or something, some fitness enhanced supplement.
Something like that.
And he showed like a time lapse, 30 days later.
Yeah, he showed it before and after.
And on the left, the left and right pictures look exactly the same. It's just what after 30 days later pictures make him red.
He's just a little more red.
Alex Jones is. If you want to laugh at somebody non-stop, just play his videos.
Oh my god. He's like Gordon Ramsay, but for conspiracy theorists. Except Gordon Ramsay also has a reputation.
He goes on the Joe Rogan podcast and they have to pretend like he's not crazy.
Like Kanye did.
We all knew that Kanye was crazy though, we just knew that he was acting.
Do you wish Agni and Rujo would just talk in the middle of battle?
I wish they would have political commentary. Look, one's red and one's blue. One could be Democrat, one could be Republic. Shut up. It's just Bernie and Trump talking.
Okay, that's fine. That's good entertainment.
Will you shut up, man?
Shut up. That was Joe Biden.
Yeah, Yeah, why are you doing Trump?
Will you please? I can't do it. I'm
You
not-
sound like a grandpa from a cartoon. You sound like the one character from Courage. Stupid dog, you're making me look bad.
Look me look bad. What's his name?
I don't remember. I didn't watch that show. I watched it later, and everyone said it was scary, and it wasn't scary. It was very.
No, because everyone saw it as kids.
It was very funny, I will say. Well, some episodes were. A lot were stupid, but
I remember Billy and Mandy more.
I didn't watch that one. I mainly watched superhero cartoons. Outside of that, I remember watching Looney Tunes and old Disney 1940s cartoons a lot.
Welcome, sir. Is this your first time?
His stupid smile.
Yeah, it is. You'll be nice to me, won't you?
Of course I will. I'll treat you so nicely. You'll never want to leave.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Then, come on, sugar.
This boss takes forever.
Why? Because it mostly is dependent on your pistols?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would blame you for sacrificing style just to kill her faster.
Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
What's also unfortunate about this fight is that she has one of the more fantastical, cool weapons that you'll never use because it's not that viable.
It sucks.
It arguably also has one of the more iconic cutscenes from the game.
Yeah.
I would say...
God damn!
I would say for outside of the fan base, this is probably the most iconic cutscene in the game.
Not him running down the tower.
No, because I think that and all the Virgil things are more so iconic in terms of being in the fan base. I'm talking about someone who has not played Devil May Cry game.
Yeah, well, all my friends that, when I've introduced them, they've been like, oh, I know the cutscene, it's Dante running down the tower.
I've never had someone say that. They all know the guitar cutscene. Because that's what they usually use.
Oh my god.
That's usually what they use for funny videos and everything. I saw a review of Resident Evil 4.
Which one?
Do you want me to name the person?
No. I'm talking like remake or original.
Original.
Okay.
And the person doing the review talked about how Resident Evil 4 could change its tone. Well,
Oh, I know.
and he brings up the example of when... Who's the child? The midget?
Oh, Salazar.
Are you sure?
Mr. Kenneth. That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Salazar.
Who's the priest guy then?
Sadler.
Sadler, okay. They both start with similar. They have
Yeah.
similar names. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Salazar. He has a boss where he becomes a mutated, stereotypical Resident Evil version of himself.
Yeah.
And not Dante.
no, it's Dante.
Leon, he literally says, "No thanks, bro."
No thanks, bro.
He says that.
That's earlier in the game. He goes, give me the girl. And he goes, no thanks, bro.
No, he says that to the grotesque version of Salazar.
No, that's before.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. He goes, give me the girl. And he goes, no thanks, bro.
Regardless, during the grotesque fight, he says something stupid along those lines. And the reviewer who was reviewing the game said that that is an example of how Resident Evil can go from funny to scary, because then you fight the boss, but the thing is that the boss is not scary.
That's not scary.
It's not scary.
And it's not very memorable either.
The line isn't very funny. it's just very stupid. And to try and credit Resident Evil 4 for having tone shifts like that, everyone I have heard talk about that game says that the game is not scary at all. In fact, that's where people mark it from being a scary franchise to going to more action-oriented.
Yep.
What do you think about the Resident Evil games? If you were to rank them?
Rank all of them?
I'm not saying do a tier list, I'm just saying your personal piece on each of the games.
Do I have to give it a tiering, or can I just say, like, love it, hate it?
No, I just said you don't need to tier it, you just give your piece on them.
Okay, well, give me some.
Well, just the original numbers. I'm not counting Veronica or whatever that game is. I'm just saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, love it. Think it's great. Classic. Still looks beautiful to this day.
He's talking about the original, by the way, not the
No,
remake.
I'm talking about the remake, not the original.
Look up the cut basement song from Resident Evil 1.
That's in the director's cut.
Yeah, that one.
Listen, they can't all be bangers.
In my honest opinion, I think Resident Evil 1 Remake is probably the best in the entire series.
Okay. Interesting.
Because it's the only one that approaches being scary, and it's supposed to be a horror game.
Wow, it killed her, and then she teleported, and now she's back. That sucks.
Not to mention, I think that the art and the graphic design in the remake, for one, is top notch. And for every other one of the remakes, I don't think they ever quite match it. That type of atmosphere. That being said, the gameplay does have its faults.
Me personally, 2's gotta be one of my favorites. I love 2.
It's a very popular opinion.
The original, the remake is okay. The latter half of the game felt a little half-baked.
Why don't you tell everybody how much you love the zombie AI in the remake?
Okay, in the remake of Resident Evil 2, the zombie AI sucks, okay? First off, headshots in a zombie game, especially on harder difficulties, are non-viable, because it doesn't kill them. You're better off shooting them in the legs than shooting them in the head in the freaking zombie game. But more than that I hate, is they have this magnetism on the player where you'll be running by them and then they'll just track onto you and chase you forever. And it's always more than you think.
Not to mention that sometimes I can deal with the magnetism, I think it's bad, but what really irks me with the zombies is that they'll get a second wind randomly, where they'll chase you, then they'll stumble into their, just stumbling animation like they're about to stop, but then they'll start up again and chase you for the same duration, and you don't expect it, and it's not predictable. Maybe it is, maybe I just didn't notice it, but from my experience with that game, they'll get this second wind and chase you again with the same type of magnetism, and that is what really sucks with the zombies in that game for me.
And I just want to add, we have both 100% complete this game.
I haven't. I speedrun it on hardcore. That's what I did. Which also is another problem with that game for me, is that I think it's too easy.
Yeah, that's why I play it on the harder difficulties, for ink ribbons.
Oh yeah, and getting rid of... I didn't like this in general when Resident Evil did this, getting rid of the ink ribbons. I thought that should have stayed in the entire series.
Really made it feel like survival horror.
But also, it's inventory management gets more and more de-emphasized as the series goes on.
Yeah.
Again, I think that's part of the reason why I think 1 is the best. I just think all these staples in Resident Evil games, I think 1 did it better. And every single type of innovation or streamline they tried to do just slowly took away what made 1 special.
3,
the original game I love, but
yeah.
Honestly, I like the original game more than 2.
I like the original game of 3 more than the remake.
Same here. I prefer the original 1999, I believe, version of 3. It's called Nemesis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just 3.
Yeah.
Nemesis. 4, we have both 100% completed that game, and I think we both gave it. I think you gave it a 10. I gave
Yeah,
it.
I love 4.
I gave it a 9.
I have very, very few 10s on my list, but RE4 is one of them.
The thing with 4 is that I do think there are a few moments where it genuinely is unfair
Yeah.
on the hardest difficulty. That's why I don't. That's why I'm not too hard on it, because it's literally on the hardest difficulty where I think there's 1 or 2 sections in the entire game, just 1 or 2 sections where it's
Yeah.
a bit unfair.
There's one where
Was a handsome.
There's a helicopter section in 2 near the end of the game that I absolutely loathe.
you mean 3? I mean 4.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 4.
Okay, on Professional, in the original for 4, there are a few sections that drive me insane. On a new playthrough, not talking New Game Plus where you're overpowered. And that's the helicopter section near the end of the game, where Helicopter Mike is guiding you through. There's also the room with the 2 blind guys. You have to fight 2 of them at once. Do you know that room?
I do.
That room sucks on Professional. And there's one more. Oh, you know the room where you have to help Ashley up and she raises like a bridge?
Oh, that wasn't that bad to me.
For me, that one actually I was stuck on the longest.
I'll tell you one section that I hated, and I don't think it's because of the game itself, it's just the situation I ended up in, was when you fight the 2 El Gigantes. On Professional difficulty, I just happened to be on low ammo,
Oh,
so I killed the first one with the lava. Then the second one you have to kill with a gun because the
Yeah.
lava lever becomes inactive.
yeah.
And I ran out of ammo, so I had to run up to him and knife him for I'm not exaggerating, 24 minutes. I counted and I remember it was exactly 24 minutes. And that is not a length that should be for any section
That's just unfortunate.
for a mini boss. I know you.
She's so cool.
Welcome back.
Finally, let's move on to 5. I don't like it very much. I think you.
It's okay.
People who say that the game looks great for its age, I disagree with. I think the game looks ugly. And Wesker is so over the top I can no longer take him seriously anymore.